Loud. Boom. It is recording. It is 2:02 on August 23rd, 2026. This is a Grit informational Zoom call. So thank you guys for being here. Everybody that is here live, we appreciate you guys joining live. Those that are watching on replay, good job. I'm Coach Miner. This is Jack Miner. And we're excited to talk a little bit about Grit, our fall schedule, kind of what we're hoping to accomplish, a little bit of the schedule, and then let you guys ask any questions that you might have. So first, it's great to see those that I can see. We have Jackson. Jackson's back. Jackson's a returner from the summer. I do see some new faces too, so appreciate everyone being here. Jeb is going to be coaching with us, but he is out car shopping. So just in case he has to hop off, I will introduce Jeb Ivy real quick and let you say something, Coach, just in case you need to hop off. But Jeb was a D1 player at Portland State. We don't hold that against him just because I went to University of Portland. He was little brother for a while when we played each other, but Jeb was a great player. Ended up going to Europe, played professionally for 16 years, Jeb.
I think that is true. It's a long time ago.
That is hard to believe that he is old enough to play that long because he looks like he's about 35. But, I mean, that's a pretty good guess.
Thank you, Bray.
Daddy.
But most, Jack, you can't talk when I'm talking, buddy. Okay. Jeb was most recently the head coach at Valley Catholic High School and is now an assistant at Aloha High School. And we got to know each other closer this summer. We obviously knew each other back when we were playing against each other a little bit, and then just the Portland connections. But Jeb, you got to be around us and the team and Grit this summer. What was it how was I able to talk you into being on the coaching staff, I guess? Do you want to, anything else you want to add to that introduction? Dad of 3, husband to a 4-sport D1 athlete. But what else do you want to add here, Jeb?
Well, first, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here this fall. I am super excited to get to know all of you, players and parents, and mental coaches as well, and everybody involved here for this fall. I'm very excited for it. I'm excited to work with you all and learn from you all because I have an experience in this field, but I'm no expert by any means. I'm always learning every day, and so I'm really excited for that. And I guess the one thing that I saw in the summertime with Grit, obviously Brent and I have known each other for some years and we've reconnected, and I really appreciate everything he stands for and promotes for Grit. And the things that I saw in the summertime, things like team continuity, things like positive communication, things like bench support, guys standing up and cheering for each other, things like when a player goes down on the court, 4 guys rush to him to help him up. Things like huddling up quickly when it's free throws. You can feel that there has been a culture with Grit for a while, which there has, but it's really clear when you watch it with the boys on the court and on the bench and just how they carry themselves in general. And so I really respect that and appreciate that, and really am excited to be involved with that for this fall. So that would be some of the kind of a quick synopsis of what I've seen during the summertime, what I'm continuing to be excited for come fall.
I'm glad that you did see that. And like I said, we just kind of reconnected and ended up working out. But GRIT is an acronym. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about our core values. Just because I do know we have some parents, some players that are new. But Jackson, I'm going to call on you. And I want you to tell us what the G in GRIT is for.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Well done. Gratitude. We talk a lot about being thankful have an appreciation just to be able to play the game. So we talk a lot about gratitude, and not just to play basketball, but in all areas of life. I feel like we're all very fortunate to live in the country we do, to have the freedoms and liberties that we have. So we talk a lot about being thankful and showing immense and genuine gratitude. Slow down, say thank you, mean it, and see what happens. So that's something we do talk about, gratitude, a lot. The R, we started grit coming out of the pandemic, 2021. So we talk a lot about being resilient, resiliency. So resiliency, how do you bounce back? How do you handle adversity? Tough times are going to hit you as a player, as a person, as a parent, it's going to hit you. So how do you handle adversity? That speaks volumes about your character. The I would be calling on other people, but most of the guys on here are new guys. So I won't make anybody have to do push-ups, but I will call on Jackson again for the I in grit, because I know he knows, but the I in grit, Jackson.
Intensity.
That was about a B minus. I mean, that was a fairly intense, but the I is for intensity. You got to be intense. We play with immense intensity and passion. And I'd rather be thought of as a little overly intense than just, I don't want people to say, oh, I know Coach Miner. I want people to say, man, that guy's fired up. He's excited. He's passionate. So we play with intensity. And then the T is like what Jeb was saying, Coach Ivy was saying, togetherness. There was quite a few T words that would have worked, toughness, tenacity, but with a club team, I really believe in being together. That is why we huddle on free throws. That's why we touch. You'll hear us yell that a lot as coaches. Touch, get together on free throws, get close. So togetherness. And I stress two things: play hard and play together. Ultimately, if we play hard, play together, that's what I'm most concerned about, is playing hard and playing together as a team. And so we have picked the players on this team. Most of you guys are in. We're still going to have a conversation with some of you. But togetherness, I try to recruit kids that will get along, that will like each other. And that a lot of that happens on the Zoom calls. So the schedule, we won't be meeting a ton in the gym together because we do have players from Spokane and Medford and the Portland area. So we will be doing Zoom calls like this, same Zoom link all season. We'll do them Tuesdays every week. You can count on that like clockwork. And Sundays, when we don't have tournaments, we will do a Zoom call. Usually they will be at 3:00. Today, we're going to the Portland Fire game. So that's why Jack is not napping right now.
Because it's going to be any minute.
Yeah, any minute we're going to get ready to head to the Fire game. You like the Fire?
Sure do.
Sure do. So we're going to go watch the Fire. But typically calls are at 3:00 on Sundays and then Tuesday nights. So that's every week. And then we do mental training. And the mental training, those are 60 to 90-second videos that everybody will watch. And we will discuss those on the Zoom calls. So those are Colin Henderson, who is a really charismatic guy, short videos, and you watch, and then there's some questions that you will answer about the mental training, and then I get those answers, and then that way I can see how I can best help you kind of regulating emotions, just how to kind of perform like you typically do in a high pressure situation. That's what clutch is. Everybody says clutch. Clutch means doing what you normally do when there's a lot on the line. That makes you clutch. You don't all of a sudden just rise to this all of a sudden level. It's you just do what you typically do, but when there's a lot of pressure, that makes you clutch. So we will do the mental training. There will be some articles that players have to read. The first thing we do is a goals assignment. So the players will fill out a Google form that is all about their goals. Because one of my favorite quotes is that if your actions don't line up with your goals, change your goals or change your actions. Your actions, what you do every day, have to be in alignment with your goals, or you won't reach your goals and you'll have disappointment. So I believe in if your actions aren't in alignment, if your habits don't get you closer to that goal, then you got to switch your habits and behavior to be in alignment with your goals. If you just want to be a good high school player, then we're going to treat you a little bit differently than if you say you want to play college basketball. We don't treat every player the same. Some players deserve a little bit more, and some players are putting in more. I'm a firm believer that the more you put into grit, the more you will get out. So if you're not showing up to our Zoom calls, if you're not doing your assignments, you might walk away feeling like, man, I didn't get much out of that because we weren't even practicing. We didn't even get in the gym. We're not the cheapest program. I feel like we are the best value, hands down, for what you get. And our other coach is not here. He is out golfing actually, but he will be here next Sunday. That's Dan Munson. Dan Munson is a great coach. He was the head coach at Central Catholic High School here in Portland. Won 4 straight league titles, took them to the state championship game where they lost to Peyton Pritchard. Pretty good player, ended up still playing in the NBA. So Dan Munson will be our other coach, and he will be on the Zoom next Sunday. I don't know. Jack will probably be napping next Sunday, so I won't have to try to do my focus with the hands flying around and him grabbing my leg hair. But that's focus, laser focus on this call. It can't be distracted by Jack's actions. But we will do a lot more than just basketball. So engage, you guys. Make sure you're participating. And we will do a lot to develop you and stretch your comfort zone. So we will make you guys talk in front of each other. You will have to lead a session. There will be times when we have scavenger hunts, trivia nights, and those are just to kind of help build the team chemistry and camaraderie. It's not like we just say we want a good culture. We have steps and ways that we cultivate it. We're going to take 10 players, only 10, and we're going to compete, play hard, play together. So the schedule will look like September 12th and 13th will be our first tournament. And that will be here in the metro area of Portland. And then we'll take quite a while out of the gym. So we won't be in the gym together. You guys will still be required to be doing workouts. We will have a 10-person leaderboard. So I hear Grant and Owen are making about the same number of shots, but we'll keep track of a leaderboard. Some of it will be involvement, engagement. So if you're showing up at the meetings, you might get some extra points. If you're doing an exceptional job on your mental training, you might get some extra points. If you're making a lot of shots in the shooting drills, you might get extra points. And we will have a leaderboard that will be sent out. Once we finalize our 10, we will have a group chat, but we do have the WhatsApp also, and that's for players and parents. And then we will have a player and coaches only chat. And then you will submit your scores to our shooting workouts. That way we can monitor and track the progress. So we want you to actually track, not just saying, oh, I went in and worked out. We want you to go through these workouts that we're going to send you, and you'll be responsible for recording your scores and texting them to me. And then we will keep a leaderboard. So make sure you guys are doing that. And the better you do at completing the drills and the more that you're involved, the more you'll get out of it. So hopefully you guys are all in this committed and wanting to be the best version of yourself. So that's what we talk about, comparing yourself to how you were yesterday, not comparing yourself to anybody else. compare yourself to how you were yesterday. And if you're getting better continuously, you live with the results. Continuous improvement. And we're kind of building towards our spring grit season. So grit will be back in the spring. Coach Lunt, Justin Lunt, who's the head coach at Pacific, will coach us in the spring. So that's pretty cool to have a 20-year head college coach coaching our team. But we don't compare ourselves. Everybody's potential and ceiling's different. Jack's 6'8", so he's got that going for him. Jackson can really shoot it, so he's got that going for him. So we're trying to get you guys better, all of you at your role, and we're going to try to define your role, but stretch your comfort zone. So we're not just going to have Jax stand on the block or Gabe's obviously stand down low. You guys are both shooters. We're going to let you step out and shoot it. We're going to run some pick and pop. We're going to run some screen and roll with guys lifting. But it is kind of nice to have 6'6", 6'8", 6'4". So we do have some size this year, which is nice. And we have some shooters. So this will be a fun group to work with. So we go September 12th and 13th. And then we come back for the Max Hoops Showcase at Pacific, October 24th and 25th. So there will be 6 weeks or so where you guys are in the gym on your own. We're doing the 2 Zoom calls a week. But then we will come back those following 2 weekends after the showcase for the end of the season with 2 more tournaments. So we will play 3 tournaments and the showcase. And I will get you the schedules, and I can text you all that too. I know I'm kind of talking quick and bouncing around trying to focus with this guy needing attention, but he's 4. He's pretty good. He's pretty good helper for being 4. He still has questions. Why? He asked why a lot, which is okay. I hope you never lose that sense of curiosity, Jack. But so I'll text everybody that's on the call the schedule, and you guys we can follow up. But hopefully this gives you a little. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Jack, what is it?
Protect your give and go.
Oh yeah, I taught him the give and go. So that's the first play he knows. And then what's the second one you want to learn?
What?
Screen and roll? What do you call it?
Twin.
Pick and roll? Yep, we're learning. We're learning. He'll be on the bench with us a little bit. That's why I have a team of coaches with Jeb and Dan and myself, because I can't be at everything. I can't just leave the kids with my wife and say I'm going to the gym all weekend like I used to before wife and kids. I want to keep a wife, so I can't be at everything, but that's why we have a team. And Jack is learning. He's learning how to break a 2-3 with a single guard front, and he is learning. So that's exciting for me to have him around Jeb and Dan Munson, because Dan was in my wedding. Dan was one of my groomsmen at my wedding, and now he is coaching his daughter's CYO, probably the most credentialed CYO coach with his long time of head high school coaching and his ability to connect with kids. So Dan Munson, Jeb, and I will be kind of teaming coaching this group. But we'll be on the Zoom calls. We'll all be kind of mentoring and helping you guys and your sons get better at basketball and hopefully be better young men that turn into better men. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I will follow up with each of you guys. So with individual questions, but I appreciate you guys coming today that are here live. Those that are watching on replay, appreciate you watching. And we will be in touch. But Jeb, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, just I'm an open book myself. So if there's any questions you have as players or parents, please feel free, shoot them my way. Obviously we have a couple other coaches as well, but I just want to throw that out there. Reach out to me if you ever have any questions about anything. what else? Yeah, I think one other thing too. With Brant, with Dan, and myself, I think the three of us, we've met, we've talked, we're excited about this fall. I think we're on the same page about what we expect and want to, get out of the young men, and also how we want to pour into them. And like Brant was just saying, we, life and schedules are hitting. I have three kiddos overall. And with my wife's schedule and my own work schedule, I work in Seattle, so I commute from Portland. I'm a firefighter up there, so that's what I do. But I think with the way we have planned the fall, and what we're looking at, I think it's going to be a great fall. And I think Brant said it perfectly. What you want to get out of this is, the source of that is what you're going to put into it. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for all of us. That's it.
Process over results. Process oriented. We want to talk about being process oriented. What you put in. I know we have some folks from Medical Lake that have had a lot of success early in their career, 2 years, players of the year, first team, second team, all conference guys. But development and experience are what we're going to talk about. Exposure will come. I think a lot of you guys want to play in college, is kind of, having college coaches on staff. And, all three of us played college. Munson played at Warner Pacific. I played at University of Portland. Jed played at that other school that's in Portland. But we have a lot to offer you guys, but we want you to ask us questions. Like I said, don't be scared, but we do have a rule: ask 3, then ask me. So if there's something that's not clear or you're not sure about, ask a teammate. If they don't know, ask another teammate. If they don't know, you can ask me. My wife taught me that. She's a principal, and she's taught to her staff about that. And if you can Google it. If you can chat GPT it, type it into chat GPT to get your answer. Not saying you can't reach out to me. And Jeb just said, obviously, he's accessible, but that's a good life lesson. If you can Google something, don't bother your boss with it. And I'm not saying I'm your boss, I'm your coach, but if you can Google it first. That should be your first. Ask a
due
teammate.
diligence, right, Coach? It's called due diligence, right?
Do your own research, find out, explore and that. But like I said, I like guys that ask questions, but don't ask questions just to ask questions. Ask 3, then ask me. That's right. So yeah, but you guys can always reach out if there is things that are unclear. Talk to a teammate, and then if they don't know, you feel free to reach out to me. But we will be in touch with all of you guys, and I'm excited. I hope you can see that. This is something I look forward to. I'm not on the bench at Pacific anymore. I'm assistant director of admissions at the university. So I'm not on a college bench, and there is a lot that I miss about it, but this kind of gives me my fix for basketball. And obviously, I coached quite a while in college, played in college, and want to give you guys tips, tricks, ideas that I think will help improve your chances to get to play at the next level if you so desire. And that's what we're going to do. We don't promise anything. Like I said, exposure will come, but we're going to talk about development, getting you better, and having a positive experience. So a lot of clubs are talking about exposure, and we play on this circuit and we do this. We're not playing on a circuit this fall. We're trying to get you guys better as players, more mentally tough, better people. And we want it to be a positive experience. We want you guys to have fun. Basketball's a game. It's the greatest game in the world, in my opinion, but it's a game, and it can be taken away with an injury, a pandemic. It can be taken away. You don't make a team, and I say there's 2 O's. It's good, not God. Or whatever it is that you worship, it doesn't have to, gods, whatever it is you worship. I worship a God. God has 1 O. Basketball's good, meaning there's 2 O's. Good, not God. Not something that you should put everything, all your eggs in that basket, because it could be taken away. So I'd rather be thought of as a good husband and father, than a good basketball coach, good basketball anything. There is a lot more to life than basketball. And we want to try to find kids that have a zest for life and live it to its fullest. I don't dislike multi-sport athletes by any means. I want you guys to do what you're passionate about. But if you don't love basketball, this might be a tough experience because if you like it, like if you just like the gear or you like that girls like basketball players, might be hard. And that's just because if you like it, it's like dating. You know, you like a girl, you break up, it's kind of you move on, you're still friends. But when you love someone and you love something, you don't quit when it gets hard. And this season will be difficult. We're going to challenge you. We're going to make you guys get out of your comfort zone and try to grow as a speaker. And that's something I yell a lot. Talk and touch. Talk it, touch it, take it. That's how you switch a screen. You talk it, you touch it, and then you take it if you're switching. But we're going to try to do a lot of play development through paper. So we'll be sending you guys plays. We'll be talking about it. But engaged, fellas. That's kind of what I'm going to wrap up with is, I know most of you guys are good students. I know some of you guys I got to get on a little bit more because you're getting some C's. So I will be on you. I'm not going to call anybody out, Gabe Smith, but I saw you smiling. So that's just what I just saw you smiling. So obviously, I'm going to keep on you. And if you use grit as an excuse for why your grades are slipping, then we're going to have another conversation. Time management is crucial. You can't be a time waster. If you're playing 2, 3, 4 hours of Fortnite, 2K, World of Minecraft. I know it's not called World of Minecraft. I'm just joking. But if you're playing too many video games, if you're getting C's or even B's, put the sticks away. Focus. If you play a lot of TikTok games or Snappy Chat or whatever those games are.
Yeah.
Mario. Yeah, if you're playing too much Mario, Jack says don't play Mario Bros game. You got to put the video games away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play video games if you're not taking care of business in the classroom. But
Or when you're a basketball player.
yeah, when you're a basketball player, you got to work on your game and in the classroom. So focus up, fellas. And if you do need anything or if you have any questions, let me know. But I'm not afraid to call you out if you're not doing what you should be doing. So if you're not showing up to these Zoom calls, if you can't make it, communicate it. So I understand things come up. Maybe your parents are making you do something. You can't make a Zoom call. I won't yell at you if you communicate. If you flake and you miss, maybe you make one mistake and forget. But I know you guys have phones. You can set reminders. You can set alarms. But if you miss a meeting, not good. But if you communicate it ahead of time, I'm not going to get too mad. But if you don't communicate and you don't show up, that's going to get me frustrated. And I'm a lot nicer guy when I'm not frustrated at you. And I want to see you guys develop, but I'm not going to stick my neck out for players that don't do what you should be doing. We had a kid a couple years ago. He's 6'10", 6'11" now. He's grown since he played for us, but he was kind of flaky. He didn't live near us. And I do the Zoom calls to help those kids that are far away still engage and become active and involved in the team. And he wasn't. And so a college coach asked me about him. And I am not going to tell him, I'm not going to stick my neck out for the kid. I said, hey, he is 6'11". He's long. He can block shots, but he's kind of flaky. And he said, okay, I appreciate that. I'm like, yeah, weigh out the, cost, reward, benefit, or, risk, reward. Is it worth the risk? If he was 6'2", no chance. If he was 6'6", even, probably no chance. But because he's an anomaly, because he's an outlier, because he's 6'11", the coach might be willing, but he's also going to really investigate. If you're an average size human, you better make sure you're not any type of risk off the floor or in the classroom. There's too many good players out there that aren't a risk for a coach to take a risk on a kid that is a questionable character or student. There's just too many good players out there. 19 out of 20 players don't get to play beyond high school. 5% get to play. So you guys got to be doing something those other 19 out of 20 aren't. And taking care of business in the classroom is a big one. Staying out of trouble. I know that's a big one for me too. I say there's 3 things that you should be doing right now. Get better grades, stay out of trouble, and get around good friends. Those 3 things will really help you. If you get better grades, if you get around good friends, and you stay out of trouble, those things will help improve your chances of getting to play in college. No guarantees. We don't promise anything, but if you have I'm going to look at a 3.9 over a 2.9. So it's not too late. If you have struggled, you can pick up the grades junior year. But that is something that coaches do look at. So make sure you're taking care of business in the classroom, staying out of trouble. Too much to risk to go out drinking, smoking, doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Too much to lose. You have your whole life if you want to go out and do those things. You have one chance to be a college athlete or a high school athlete even. So don't put yourself in positions that are going to embarrass you, me, or your family. You do represent grit. Usually in the spring, we'll have names on the back. This fall, we'll all have grit on our front and back. So everyone will get to represent grit front and back. And yeah, I think I said we were going to go, and I'm the type that likes to ramble and keep going. But I appreciate you guys being here. And if you have questions, reach out, but I will follow up with each of you that are here. If you're watching on replay, feel free to shoot me a message and discuss. But I can't wait. I'm fired up about this. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. And let's go. Let's go, Grit. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish the recording and let you guys get them out about your day. Jack, you want to say bye? Bye, everybody. All right, recording is